So shall we get started, Aruna, because I have another
Sure.
engagement.
Yeah.
If you don't mind. I just came to greet all these ladies on the occasion of Women's Day and Shuru Madi Madam New.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, all. So it's my pleasure to welcome all the dignitaries. Shri K. Jairaj, Managing Trustee, Amani College Trust, and Professor Dr. Shashikala, Principal, and our panelists, Dr. Datri, Dr. Sundari, and Lata Bhaskar, and my dear students, my staff members, and also other people who have joined from other colleges. I welcome you very wholeheartedly for this particular program on the panel discussion. And I hope that this particular interaction is going to bring a good hope and a bright future for you, because we have emphasized on the panel discussion to get some solutions for some of the most day-to-day, the botherations, like some of the negative emotions you might have, like anxiety, stress, and other kind of negative thoughts. And these panelists, the accomplished panelists, are going to enlighten us about how to deal with day-to-day stress. And this is going to be a lot of take-home message for all the participants. My humble request is for all the participants to get, benefited from this particular interaction and have a very bright future. So I'm wishing you, all of you, a very happy International Women's Day. And of course, we are here on this occasion for a very purpose that all of us are accomplished women and we are doing multitasking quite effortlessly. And that's why we have all the women panelists here. And so we are going to have another accomplished person here who is going to take over. Now I request our beloved principal, Dr. Shashikala, to, So now I request Gauri Madam to take over. So now I welcome again all the dignitaries and Dr. Shashikala and Jairaj sir to the panel discussion and for this proceeding. Over to Gauri ma'am.
Very pleasant evening to one and all here. This International Women's Day 2022, it's unique theme. Hope all of you know, break the bias. An imagination forward to develop a gender equal world, a world free of bias, stereotype, discrimination, a world that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive, a world where difference is valued and celebrated. Together, we can forge women's equality. Collectively, we can all break bias. I, Dr. Gauri Nima, wishes you all a very happy Women's Day on behalf of all the members of WBC team and MLAC. It's my extreme pleasure to welcome our beloved WBC coordinator, Professor Aruna, Principal Dr. Shashikala, ma'am, Managing Trustee Sir K. Jairaj, our panel members of today, Dr. Sundari ma'am, Dr. Datri ma'am, and Lata Bhaskar, basic coordinator, and one and all from our campus and off the campus. We WDC MLACians are here to bloom along with all of you with this panel discussion on rediscover your strength, a way forward for a bright future. Now I call upon Professor Aruna, our WDC coordinator, to emphasize on WDC. A few words about it.
Yeah, thank you, Gauri. So, Women Development Center of our college has been, effortless. We have been working towards empowering the women in many fields. We have been conducting a lot of activities which are towards women empowerment. So, some of the activities which we have are we have the series of lectures on women achievers. Then we have skill development programs on different activities. And all these are the endeavors which WDC has been doing from past few years to empower the women to be the entrepreneurs, achievers, and also find their purpose and do very well in their life. And this is one of the activities this year being, the college celebrating the Golden Jubilee, and with the aim of, doing this particular International Women's Day 2022 in a very different way. We decided to have a panel discussion, so which is going to definitely benefit all the participants over here. And so this is one of the new endeavors which we have taken up. If it goes do well, so we are going to reach to large mass numbers with the panelists who are willing to help us. So WDC is also planning to do a lot of other activities in the coming years, so which is going to benefit the students in their future. So now I welcome all the dignitaries. I'm going to welcome Jairaj sir, our the support, the main support, the pillar of our support for giving all kind of support in all our endeavors of Women Development Center. And I'm going to heartily welcome Dr. Shashikala A, the principal. She has been again, unstinted support she has been giving us for all our endeavors of Women Development Center. My dear colleagues of WDC, the staff members, the students of MLAC, and the panelists, the esteemed panelists, Dr. Sundari, Dr. Dhatri, and Ms. Lata Bhaskar. So again, I welcome all of you wholeheartedly, and my request for all the participants to, very interactive in this particular session and get the maximum benefits. And as Gauri ma'am said, the main objective of this panel is to find a bright future for yourself. And I'm sure that you have a lot of take-home messages from this particular session. So thank you so much, Gauri. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I call upon our beloved and ever enthusiastic principal, Dr. Shashikala ma'am, to address the gathering.
Yeah, thank you, Gauri. A heartwarming good afternoon to one and all present here. Happy Women's Day to all those who break the glass ceiling and pave the path for the better future. Globally, International Women's Day is celebrated on 8th of March to honor the achievements of women in various fields. This celebration is a sign of appreciation, respect, love, and care towards women in our lives and in society. If you have a dream, make it a goal. This was the forethought of our founder father, Dr. K.N.V. Shastri, which coincides with the vision of the college to empower women through education. This year, International Women's Day celebration is very special for MLAC, as MLAC has traversed a glorious journey of 50 years since inception, imparting holistic education to young women with landmark achievements in the field of education. I'm sure that we will continue to strive for imparting quality education and all-round development of women and to carry the legacy forward. Rediscover your strength, a way forward for a bright future. A panel discussion well suited for today's program to meet today's challenges with 3 panelists from different walks of life, powered with passion, purpose, and perseverance. The panel discussion will make the program very interactive and informative. I would like to end with an advice to all the young women. Stop waiting to find the light at the end of the tunnel. Be the light for yourself. Thank you. I hope all of you will enjoy the session, and which is going to be very informative. Thanks to one and all present here. Thank you.
Thank you for your enlightening words, ma'am. Thank you for your envision for all of us. Thank you. Now it's pleasure to have our dynamic pillar of MLAC, our managing trustee K. Jairaj sir, who is a member of 1976 batch IAS and retired as Additional Secretary Government of Karnataka. He is a person with maneuver of many eminent position as well as Principal Secretary to the CM of Karnataka. He has also served as a president of AIMA and many eminent institutes as a chairman advisor. He is also a trustee for BMS College earlier and now a trustee member for MLAC as well as our managing trustee. He is on the board of DSU and advisor for DSI. And to his achievements to say, it is much more less because he is a striving, pushing, encouraging all words, all the good words we can say for him to push us all forward to achieve many, many goals upon. So now I call upon sir to deliver the presidential address.
Thank you, Dr. Nilima, and good afternoon, everybody. And hello, Dr. Shashikala, madam. How are you?
Fine, sir.
And all our esteemed faculty, our esteemed panelists, and dear students who may have gathered today. I'm very happy to be here, and I'd like to thank Dr. Aruna and Dr. Gauri for this opportunity to be here. I have been a trustee in MLAC now for about 6-7 years and managing trustee for the last 2 years. And what has struck me about MLAC, especially when I interact with the faculty, is that they really are the examples of empowerment for me. Dr. Shashikala, Dr. Shushma, Dr. Gauri, Dr. Aruna and others. Because you see, I see that they do multitasking. Unlike men who don't do much multitasking, they do a lot of multitasking. They have to balance their professional and personal lives. Then they also negotiate in the workplace on how to do things better in a calm and sincere manner. And above all, they are very cheerful. And so, to me, MLAC is a daily example of empowerment. And I would like to be first in acknowledging this. Actually, I learned about empowerment of women not through the International Women's Day today, but from the example of my own mother. And I was mentioning her example to a few before we started. She was a mother in the best sense of the term, but she was also a high-class professional, being an obstetrician and gynecologist of repute and standing, and professor at the Bangalore Medical College. And remember all this years ago, when women had not yet started in the numbers they are doing now in the medical and other professions. And what struck me about a successful woman, and I'm sure all are successful women today, is that they combine their professional and personal roles so well. They, at the same time, stay fast with culture and values so that, whatever we call Indianness continues with them. And finally, they are outstanding at work. There is no compromise at work. To me, that is the cornerstone of being a true professional, being a true empowered person. Now, I would like to inform our esteemed panelists that this is the golden jubilee year of MLAC. And you heard our principal quote our founder, late Dr. Shastri, when he started this institution in 1972. But on this golden jubilee year of our college, we are trying to promote the concept of empowerment of women, young women, first generation learners, right through, with the active help and support of the faculty, staff, and others. So that is a continuous process that we are engaged in. So these are some preliminary remarks I wanted to make because I too want to hear the panelists. I welcome all of them today. I thank them for joining us today. I also am very happy that Dr. Gauri and Dr. all others have put together this program, Aruna, and I wish this program all success. And I also hope that all our young women students and others who are listening will carry away some inspiration from this session, which they can imbibe in their daily lives. Thank you, Dr. Aruna. Thank you, Dr. Gauri, and look forward to a very active discussion with our esteemed panelists. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
On this special day, we are honored to have very special guests. So our special guests are coming as our panel discussion members, all the three eminent women. So I want each one of you to deliver your individual talks. So I call upon Ranjita. Are you here?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, one and all.
Yeah. Please, I want Ranjita to introduce Dr. Sundari.
Sure, ma'am. Good evening, one and all. Have happy Women's Day to who all present here. Aruna, ma'am, can I share my screen?
Yeah, you can actually. Wait. I will share the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you are able to see.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, it's visible.
Yeah.
So yes, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce one of our panelists for today's talk, Dr. Sundari Kippi. She has completed her MA, MPhil and PhD. Currently, she is the director of Indus Viva School and Early Learning Center. Ma'am is a clinical psychologist with 25 years of teaching experience at MD College, Parel, Mumbai. She has also been a PhD guide and examiner with 40 research papers to add her credit. She has worked as a counselor for past 3 decades with various disorders and spread across all age groups. From 2006 to 2017, she has conducted extensive workshop titled Cracking the Drugs Code, which was sponsored by Glaxo for pediatricians all over the country on child psychology. She has been an excellent source of energy and enthusiasm for her center, and she has been very empathetic towards her clients, employees, which serve as a motivating factor to excel in therapy and professional aspect. I welcome you, ma'am. Hope our students and the audience have a brainstorming session along with you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ranjita. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Over to you, Gauri, ma'am.
Ma'am, you can take over the session. Dr. Sundari, ma'am.
Yeah, can she stop the screen sharing, please? Am I visible? Can we go back to...
Ranjita, can you please mute yourself?
Kindly mute.
Can I go back to the place where I'm seen, please? Because it is still in the screen sharing, which is done by MLAC. Can you close that and allow me to screen? Yeah, thank you. At the outset, a very, very happy Women's Day to all of us, all the young and seniors like me who have been enjoying Women's Day for years. By the by, before I start my talk, I think I have about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, Dr. Aruna. How is it?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you have.
Okay. Before I start the talk, I would like to add one little word. Ranjita was introducing me on so many fronts, but I want to add one more point. I was with MLAC as a guest lecturer for psychology students, teaching health psychology, and I think general psychology in the year through Mercy. I was there from 2018 or so, till COVID struck. I used to come and take these lectures. So I'm always indebted to MLAC for inviting me again to talk on find yourself, find your true self. I'm going to be talking on this more from the angle of mental health because I am a mental health professional. Being a clinical psychologist, I have seen, as you all know, I have seen about 35 years, that is 3.5 decades of clients. I'm still seeing them. I counsel and give a lot of therapy to most of these people. Now, one thing which struck me was, being Women's Day, I have to share one thing. Mr. Jairaj was saying that women do a lot of multitasking. Yes, women are always considered to be very capable because today's women are more into, they have the corporate world to deal with, plus family, etc., etc. And of course, women like us chose professions like teaching and other things so that we could manage our home as well as our our professional lives. Now, what happens is a woman, I'm sure Dr. Datri will also agree upon with me, a woman's physiology is made differently from that of a man. Maybe the estrogen makes us very strong. It makes us very resilient. But that, coupled with all the multitasking we have to do, because we're playing multiple roles. In fact, today I read an article which said a woman has multiple layers. True. What all are we? Starting from daughter, then we become friends. Then, of course, you are a wife, mother, then what else? Grandmother, mother-in-law, etc., etc. It goes on, and a professional. So how many roles you have to shift on a particular day, especially if you're working? Most of us start working at the prime time of our life. Yes, that's when you're going through your pregnancies, then you have your menopausal issues. Do any of you realize that there's a lot of hormonal changes going on within you, ups and downs? So you may go through a lot of depression. You may go through a lot of anxiety attacks, panic attacks. It's become a common thing, all because of stress. Now, this is very closely connected to your body, your physiology, your hormones. Young girls come to me and they say, ma'am, we are having all these problems. What do we do? Now, I only want to tell you, as Mr. Jairaj, your principal said, don't wait for the light at the end of the tunnel. Be the light yourself and begin this journey. If you really want to be the light, dear young women, today I wish to tell you that you have to take your lives in your hand, start being proactive, take care of yourselves, your mind. There are multiple methods by which you can do, and your body. Because at a very young age, you don't care for your body, you don't eat right. I'm sure Dr. Datri will touch on all that. You don't exercise, you don't meditate. If we say meditation or yoga, you say that's all for oldies, it's not for us. Dears, if you start thinking like that, when you're close to 50, why 50? Today, I think at 35, problems are starting, right? Menstrual issues, anxieties, psychosomatic disorders, etc. Now, mental health is very important. You have to give some time every day for your mental health. You will ask me, who will teach us? We are there to teach you. You can contact me. My job is that only, to help people maintain their mental health, right? In fact, I should say that when I was working in Maharishi Dayanand College, Mumbai, way back in the 90s, suddenly one day, there was the student in my class when I was teaching a paper called Health Psychology. I was teaching a topic called stress. And there was a student who at the end of the class came to me and said, ma'am, I have suicidal thoughts. I feel like ending my life. Can you please help me? And I found she was involving herself in self-destructive behavior, self-harming behavior. It was shocking. She had slit and cut her hands, legs, and that's how our counseling center started in the 90s back in MD College. Till I left the college, I ran the center. I was able to touch thousands of lives. Our college was also like MLAC for first generation learners. Many of them had a lot of financial issues. And then we started a project called Psycho Buddies. The psychology department started this project to help students get empowered. We had some 20 projects running under that. And we were able to touch students at all levels: leadership, motivation, nutrition, psychiatric issues, mental health, physical health, so on, so on, so on. It was a successful program. So I would request, I'm sure MLAC has a very good counseling center. I think Lata Bhaskar is running the show. So I would request that your college, don't wait for your college to do things. Every student, especially in the current scenario with COVID just going, and we don't know, we are in uncertain times. And with the Ukraine, all these things are disturbing us. There is no peace of mind. So students today are facing much more problems than what we faced when we were students. Our problems were very different. Please remember, young ones, that there is always help. Never think that there is no help, so I'm going to, that's it. My life is over. In fact, I would like to end this talk with a small example of something which happened a couple of months ago when I was in the US. My son's friend's friend, daughter's friend. See how the mind works. This is what was boggling me. A young girl of 11th grade, she was doing very well, and US life is very good. That's what we think. Now, this girl actually planned up a treasure hunt. Can you believe it? She sent her parents and her sister on treasure hunt. And did you know what the treasure was? Her dead body. She committed suicide. Life is so precious. A small empowerment, something which happened a couple of months ago. We have something to do. Never why are we talking like that? So my or rather word of reassurance to all young minds, don't give up. We are there. People like me are there. Seek help, and we'll help you tide over these difficult times. That's all I want to say. Let the Women's Day be a grand beginning to a new life after COVID and all the disturbance in the world, so that we are all more empowered. And let empowered men like Mr. Jayaraj be behind us to help us become more empowered. I'm a lucky wife. I have a man behind me who helped me reach all this. So let that be the message for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your enthusiastic words. And I hope all the students will take ahead the words that has been spoken by ma'am just now. And I hope all of you will look forward to communicate with your respective mentors, teachers, and even Dr. Sundari also for any of the efforts in future. Anywhere you wanted to shape, we are all there for you to help around. Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for to be with us on this auspicious day and making time for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now I call upon Smita. Smita, are you there?
Yes, Nilima ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I wish you can introduce Dr. Datri to one and all here. Thank you.
Sure. Good evening, one and all present here, and a happy Women's Day to all the wonderful women who are present in this session. So a warm welcome to our Dr. Datri. Yes, she has been an OBG consultant at a community health center, Harrow Ali, and at Chirag Hospital. She has been done her MBBS from SDM College of Medical Sciences and Hospital, Dharwad, and she has been secured a second rank holder in obstetrics and gynecology in undergraduation from Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. She has won Best Poster Presentation and Viva Voice during her post-graduation. In her credits, she has many research and certifications. In addition to that, she is also well versed in extracurricular activities like Bharatanatyam, Carnatic and Hindustani classical music, table tennis, painting, etc. A warm welcome to you, ma'am, for the wonderful session. Thank you. Gauri, back over to Gauri Nilima, ma'am.
Thank you, Smita. I now call upon Dr. Datri to take over the session and enlighten our gathering.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A very good afternoon to everyone present here, respected panel members, my dear students, and a very happy Women's Day to you all. Ma'am, can I please have screen sharing option?
Yes, I think you can do it. Just a moment. Aruna ma'am, can you please allow?
Yeah, actually, we will try.
Only. And the problem is she told it is being.
Datri ma'am, can you please try to share yours so that they can allow sharing for you?
Yeah, it's still disabled, ma'am. Ma'am, it's okay. I think I'll continue.
Yeah, actually, the screen sharing is not allowing us, excepting for the host.
Yeah, that's okay, ma'am. It's okay. It's not big. So, yeah, I feel this is a great opportunity, a great platform for all the girls out there, women from different age groups and different cadre to put in all their concerns and queries, because each of them have their own concerns. It might be relating to their mental health or personal development, time management, and most important of all, our own health, be it physical or mental health. Both physical and mental health, as Sundari ma'am already said, it goes hand in hand, clinging together throughout our lives. So if there's a happy, if you want a happy human to be present, you need a healthy mind and a healthy body. So Sundari ma'am is there to look after the mental health aspects. So I think I can go ahead with my physical health and how to look after yourself, having a good balanced diet, how physical activity is very important. And if all these are not taken care of, then the consequences are hazardous, especially for women and girls. These consequences can be in the form of very important and common disorders that we see in our OPD in day-to-day life now. That is PCOS, Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. It could be menstrual abnormalities. It could be infertility. And when it comes to the menopausal age group, there are a lot of other health conditions as well. So basically, we should all know that having a good balanced diet, and a very important is physical activity. How do we know that we're having a balanced diet, and what does a balanced diet constitute of? Basically, we need to know the right proportions of the different quantities of nutrients that we're taking in, and from where they come from. So basically, a balanced diet has a lot of different components, that is proteins, carbohydrates, fats, and amino acids. Now, we all know that we usually think that, having whatever we get soon, that is the junk food, processed food, that is what we take in adequately, and it is really quick. But that is not to be taken, and it is of very least important. There is a balanced diet pyramid actually, which can be seen if you have all seen before. At the base of the pyramid lies those food items that we really need to consume a lot and which are really healthy. And at the apex is the one which needs to be taken the least. So basically, if I have to tell you in short, the base of the pyramid consists of vitamins and minerals that usually comes from various fruits and vegetables, especially for women. Since we're talking about this in our day-to-day lives, it's very important that we take a lot of fruits and vegetables, green leafy vegetables, that can be seen in different vegetables like spinach, cabbage, and various other fruits and vegetables, because these have the vitamins and minerals. Next comes the proteins. High protein food, that is, if you take vegetarians and non-vegetarians. For non-vegetarians, it's very simple because they usually get it in their meat, fish, and egg. But for vegetarians, we usually have to consume it in the form of legumes, then pulses, then dry fruits, almonds, and walnuts. So this is the next step. And the next comes the essential fatty acids, that is in the form of vegetable oils. In this case, we usually think, fats, trans fats is a big no. Okay, and then comes the carbohydrates with a lot of, which are seen in the grains, whole grains, and millets. And the apex, which is that least food item that needs to be consumed, those are the processed food items. So with all this kept in mind and the balanced diet, we have to next move on to the physical activity. Physical activity not only helps in keeping our physique and our body healthy, but also improves our mental health. It helps to release a lot of, it helps us to come out of depression, anxiety, keeps our mood happy and healthy all the time. So physical activity can be in the form of yoga, going to a gym, aerobics, swimming, cycling, anything for that matter, but a physical activity every day is a must. If these two do not go hand in hand, if we do not imbibe this in our daily routine, then as you all know, in colleges we usually see girls, some girls will be really obese and overweight, and some will be really thin and anorexic. And these will attack on the mind, and then we'll have to run to Sundari ma'am for help. Ma'am, I have depression and I have anxiety, girls are body shaming me and things like that. So it is very important that we take into consideration all this and keep ourselves healthy. Now, it's not only this, mental health kept aside, if we do not take a diet and physical activity into consideration, then there are various changes in the body that occurs in a female woman, basically. As we progress, as we start having our menarche and in the adolescent age group, then towards the reproductive age group, there are various common conditions that we come across. The most common lifestyle disorder being Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome, or PCOS as it is commonly called. In this PCOS, it is such a lifestyle disorder that even if gynecologists, even if we give all possible, it is you, girls or women, who take in the forefront. We have to get rid of PCOS, and it is only possible by lifestyle modification. Every day in my OPD, I would tell all my patients, lifestyle modification includes diet and exercise. So as I've explained, that it is very important. Now, regardless of PCOS, physical activity and balanced diet will also help you to, in the long run, escape osteoporosis, various menopausal disorders, menstrual abnormalities like heavy bleeding, or severe pain, cramps during menses, that's called dysmenorrhea, and there can be premenstrual syndrome. I'm sure most of us would have gone through this, especially in the college days, that we have anxiety, we have depression, we have mood swings before menses. So keeping keeping ourselves healthy, our physical body, our surroundings healthy, I'm sure it will have a good effect on our mental health as well. And not only this, once we go into the reproductive life, that is after 18 years or so, we usually come up with problems like infertility. Infertility is seen when patients who often are very anxious to conceive, but they have various problems with ovulation and anovulation and different things like that. So basically, the thing is that since we are all women, we are working hard, we are together, we have to make each other stronger by working towards each other's health. And this is a great platform for all of you to come up with your concerns and queries. Even if you're not able to put it out, in front of others, here we are for you guys, ma'am, myself and Lata ma'am, to help you all out. So I request all of you to leave off all your tension and come up with your concerns and queries so that we will be able to help you a lot in the future. So it's very important that we look into the program's discussion on rediscover your strength, a way forward for a bright future. So we all have to take into account that our health is in our hands and it is for our better future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your enlightening and spiritful talk. I hope all our beloved members and students would have got more enthusiastic with your talks and more content. So hope all of you will come back to you with lots of questions after the panel. So thank you very much on behalf of all of us.
Thank you.
And I now call upon Hema to introduce Lata Bhaskar, our counselor. Hema, over to you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So it is indeed a great pleasure to introduce our own counselor at MLAC.
Thank you,
Many of your students would have already had many interactions with you for the past 2 years. And this is another opportunity for us to hear from you, ma'am, on this occasion. And in fact, it's a great pleasure for me to introduce you. Personally, I have not had any interaction with you. Maybe this is the first time that I happen to, talk to you, and it's a great opportunity for me. So Ms. Lata Bhaskar is a highly personable, competent participants. Kindly mute. Yeah, thank you. So Lata Bhaskar ma'am has got a vast experience in providing coaching, counseling, and a life skill training program to students and personals from other institutions and organizations. She has a vast experience in the field of psychology and behavioral patterns through her experience during her stay in USA, UK, and Australia. Her area of experience is counseling and coaching, support service offering. Then her vast knowledgeable experience in cognitive behavioral therapy and personality development for students and professionals. And she has a vast experience also in development in team dynamics and management and planning organization, and gives a professional guidance to whoever approaches her. So in this way, ma'am has been very helpful and a very good support system for our college students and faculties. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us and accepting our invite. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, one and all.
Lata ma'am, I will share the PT which you have sent you.
Sure. And it is nice meeting you, Dr. Sundari ma'am and Dr. Dhatri Suresh. It is nice meeting you, and happy Women's Day to one and all present here. Yes. Dr. Sundari ma'am told about the anxiety, the stress issue, the suicidal thought. That is more on the emotional part and the emotional well-being and the mental being part of it. And we know our beloved Dr. Dhatri Suresh, she gave us an insight about our nutrition, diet, exercise, the fast food prepared, how to take care of our physical health, our menstrual cycle, and all those things. When we come to the materialistic world, we have heard many people, and even I sharing many thought that we don't have time. Where is the time? When can I do it? Where is the time? These are some of the idioms and phrases we keep getting from the students, our own parents, our own family members, and in the college or in the corporate, wherever we go, this is a common phrase telling, where is the time? Where is the time? Okay. So, but the irony is that everything has changed very fastly and in very progressively. But the irony, the time has not changed at all. We have still 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year. So where are we really losing this time? Why people are telling, why students are complaining, why the women are housekeepers, are those who go for the workplaces, college, schools, why keep complaining that we don't have time? Where is the time? I really don't have time. I keep procrastinating the things. I couldn't complete within the deadline. Why is this happening? The main formula, what I can say is, it's the management of the time. It really requires the skill, and I feel it is the powerful skill what we have it. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can we have the PPT presentation? Hello?
Ma'am, they are
Ma'am?
They are doing it from the campus. Just hold on a minute.
Yes, yes.
Aruna ma'am, are you there? Hema?
Yeah, we are just downloading the PPT what she sent. Yeah, we will be able to start now. Hope ma'am you are able to see.
Yes.
Yes.
So, yes, the time management. What I really call the, you have me seen in your regional language also, and it's an old age saying that time is money. One on the nimshanu, one on penny iddange, isn't it? In our various regional language, there are so many old age proverb and saying that time is money, isn't it? So the time management is the only essential life skill, but also one of the most powerful skill to cultivate. So what we really require is the action plan, the practice, and the perseverance for this. Yes. So here I'll be just going through the main keywords or the the main thing how we can manage the time. Later, when we get the question, we can address it in details. Yes. What is the first step in maintaining the time management is the identification. We all know we all only have 24 hours in day. Start reflecting and start putting it in action. Say, for example, you have to identify, put a action plan. Say, for example, 8 hours, 6 to 7 hours goes in sleeping. If you are a college student, and 6-7 hours in college and travel for 2 hours. So for a personal grooming and food, if you can give 1 or 2 hours, if it will come up to 16 to 18 hours, and rest 6 hours, you will have a solid 6 hours of time in 24 hours of day. In those 6 hours, you have to really reflect and prioritize your thinking, what I'm going to do in this 6 hours. So if you have a visualization and a strategical planning of your day-to-day life, it will be more helpful for identifying, prioritizing, and organizing. That helps you in setting your goal, whether it may be a short-term goal or it may be a long-term goal. So you can just keep a track of your day-to-day activity and start reflecting it. This is the only way of where you can really manage the time. Okay, and of course we all are unique, we all are individual, we have our own routine. So you don't need to copy from somebody's life, of somebody, one of my friend is doing, let me also do the same thing. No, you are unique. So start reflecting about your identity, your priority, and your setting up a goal. Then start reflecting on your day-to-day activity. This is the only way you can manage the time. And this is what, if this is on a positive note, but on a negative side, we all know that we have the time robbers. What is the time robbers? It is our distractions. Ma'am, can we have the next slide? Yes. Yes. Our distraction in today's world, it's not only students. I think almost all the people, we have the distraction. One main thing is the cell phone, then the addiction to the social media, either the games, Netflix, Amazon. I'm seeing the Amazon sales, then Myntra sales. These, that, isn't it? This is the main distraction what we people are seeing. Even if you get a small notification on your cell phone, you can't even wait for a few seconds to go and see what the notification have got. Is there any new movie has come on the Amazon Prime? Is any any friend has sent me some WhatsApp message, and what is the gossip is happening, isn't it? So this is the major distraction. This is the major time consuming in this present generation. Yes, so we know these are the distraction. Have you ever thought what are the symptoms of this excessive usage of the distraction? Sidekicks are the repercussions of the distraction. First one will be the behavioral issues. What will be the behavior issues? Will be too much of impulsive behavior, so too much of an arrogance behavior. There is no forgiveness, there is no second thought, and even because of this behavior issues also, we are seeing a poor attention span, of low concentration, poor decision making, and poor judging, and even the social isolation. Sometimes getting a comments on the Facebook is becoming more important than you exchanging the greeting with your neighbor auntie, your neighbor uncle. Even in your wedding or in some function, if you are attending, you don't even feel like talking, talking to the person whom you met. Just hi bye also won't be there. It won't be any open-ended questions also. So we are more becoming socially isolated. We are so used with the comments and likes and other emojis. Then the track of time. So this is the main drawback of using the cell phone or social media or any other tablets or your desktop or your laptop. This is one of the major distraction and time consumer. Then unwanted emotions, because we are so much inclined towards the social media, their face, their looks, their radiance, their jawline, their zero figure, whatever you call it as. So we start comparing to ourselves, and finally what the emotion it comes is a low confidence within us, the low self-esteem, the low self concept as well. Yes, and on the other side, as Dr. Dr. Dhatri, she can explain on this in the later part of the session on the strain on our eye also. So obesity also is one of the main causes of this cell phone and other media of distraction, because you sit at one place for hours together without doing any exercise or not having your 3 meals a day in a regular timing. This leads to your obesity and other PCOD problems, and even your eyes also will get strained. So then how to overcome is the only one solution, that is only very simple solution is, this could be as simple as making a rule for yourself and downloading certain apps on your phone to cut down the usage, because there are many apps are available where you can control your mobile phone. You can stick to 1 hour, half an hour. So after that, it will stop opening those websites. So these are some of the tips we can use it for, how you can control yourself. See, and one more thing, if you are using, say for example, 2-3 hours of your mobile phone or your laptops or tabs, from today you can't stop it to stop using your mobile. It does not going to happen. Okay, so I don't say addiction, maybe excessive use of the phone. So if you are using 3 hours, tomorrow you can reduce to 2 hours. So daily reducing your exposure to the cell phone, that having so much of perseverance to yourself, having a discipline and taking an action plan, definitely you can get out of this distraction. Okay, yes. Can we stop the PPT, ma'am? Yes. So those who tell that we don't have a time, we don't have a there is no means that I can complete my work within a deadline. This is my answer. So if you don't manage your time from the day one, then again at the end you will feel the anxiety, the stress, and other repercussion of your time management. And again on the health issues also, you feel that the anxiety and the stress has the other inclination of headache, then body pain, somatic pains, and other stuff. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am,
Yeah.
for your enlightenment. Now, after all the talks, now I hand over the session to Hema for question and answers or any queries for discussion sessions. Hema, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please take over the session.
To all the panelists,
Emma, you need to unmute. Yeah.
yes. So I would like to first inform the panelists that when we had sent the registration for the participation, we had a small questionnaire related to how to keep motivated, what kind of distractions are there, is there any instances of body shaming, and such kind of questionnaire was sent to them, and we have got certain feedback. And there were some queries from the participants also. So I would like to raise the questions one by one. So the first thing is about the impact of social media in distraction and even the usage of gadgets. So there are students who are asking as to what measures needs to be taken, such kind of distraction can be avoided, because all of them are studying, and this distraction is a very, very common thing. And use of gadgets, especially is mobile usage, okay, has been affecting their concentration and time management. So I would like our panelists to take up this question and give your opinion on this.
Yes. Hema, just now, like few minutes back, I told that. So the best way is they have to get motivated by themselves first. See, I understand, from past 2 years, we had COVID and other stuff. So the traditional way of schooling or the college has shifted to online. So that is also one of the reason. Before also mobile was there, social media was there. Also gaming and video game, everything was there, but it was under control, what I say. Because of the online, the inclination towards the use of gadgets, tablets, and mobile and cell phone has become inevitable that they have to use it. So apart from studying and apart from gaining the knowledge of whatever the curriculum they have other interest with social media, the distractions, that within the code, what I call is like start comparing themselves. If they see, for example, in an Insta, any of the celebrity come up with a new trend or a new face cream, they really want to relate to themselves. Why my skin is not glowing? But you're seeing only the outlook of what they show or what they advertise in the Instagram. You really don't know the pain, what they go, what the filters they use it. And, I think Dr. Dhatri can say about the, the artificialness, what they carry in the Instagram post. Okay. So don't take it very seriously. We never know the other side of the grass. We always see the grass is always greener on the other side, but that is not, we always see, but your side, it is more greener. Okay, start loving yourself, have your self concept, have your self awareness, start loving your body, start loving the life you are leading, start giving more importance to your goals, whether it is a short term goal or a long term goal. Okay, so when you have these goals within you, that keeps you motivated, and also you can get away from the distraction. And of course, I know, so when you're studying, the notification what you get, that tempt you to go and have a look at the your mobile phone, your tablet, your laptop, whatever it is. So what the better way is, mute all your notification, keep away from your eyesight your cell phone, or even if outside of your room also fine, because you don't have to worry about the privacy. I know all the mobile phone are securely coded with your PIN code and patterns. Okay, so what you can do is keep away from that time when you're studying, so that you don't get distracted or disturbance from your phone. Yes, ma'am. I hope Dr. Sundari ma'am also can add few words to this. Yeah.
Thank you, Lata, on that note. In fact, as I started teaching in the 90s, this problem was not there.
Not there. Yes, ma'am.
Then came into the 21st century, and this digital addiction was a problem. In fact, at our college, all of us used to make fun of our students. We would say, if you have not been studying, if you're not getting marks, the first question would be, till what time were you on WhatsApp? The students have had this tendency, maybe it's a kind of stress buster, but I would advise youngsters, it can be a stress buster, but don't use it. It is not a very healthy stress buster. I see students messaging each other in the middle of the night, they're anxious. So there are better ways of working with anxiety or stress. You keep a discipline. You tell yourself, after 10 o'clock, you will say, ma'am, 10 o'clock is too early. Okay, 11 o'clock. No phone, just switch it off. That's in your mind. You have to have that self-discipline. And morning, you have a stipulated time in which you will check the phone. Phone is meant for communication, yeah. And I find students not using the WhatsApp for studies and stuff. We do have a lot of WhatsApp group for studies. We share stuff on that. That they'll never see, they'll never use. But it's all unwanted stuff they're into. And that causes anxiety, sleeplessness. You don't eat on time. And in between, there were 2 or 3 groups on digital media. One was that Blue Whale. I don't know how many of you remember it, which was causing a lot of suicide a couple of years ago. And recently, I had a client, a young college-going student. I forgot what that app was. She was into that game, and she was spending thousands on it. She got into depression, aggression. Very good student, but totally changed, beating up her parents because she wanted money for that. Something they were saying. So please refrain from all this. Your goal now is to study, make a pathway for yourself. Okay, there's always time later on. I would call this impulse control disorder. That's all I would say.
Yes.
Right.
And one thing we have, since the technology is becoming very good, you have certain apps in your Play Stores, and where you can download those apps and have a control. You can keep half an hour, 1 hour according to your usage, but keep it on a minimal side. So that doesn't allow you to open the website after you cross the limit. Okay, this is one way of where you can control yourself. And one more, girls and women who are in this session, see, nobody's telling you to not to open the social media, not to keep in touch with the people. See, keep it in a limited way. Use it for the betterment than the distraction of yourself. Okay,
that's
so
good. I would
Yes.
agree with Lata, and I
Yes.
would say that every student, each
Yes.
one of us is a human being. We have
We
self-control.
need it. Yeah.
Keep it
But
for
there
1 hour
should be a
in the
limit.
morning, 1 hour in the evening, something like
Yes.
that. That's enough. You
Yes.
don't have to be on social media all throughout the day.
Yes.
That's a waste.
Yeah, and you prioritizing your work schedule is also important. Nobody is telling not to do any online shopping. You should do it for your for your content or whatever, and nobody is telling not to see any movies. You can watch, but prioritize. When it is an exam time, start concentrating on your exam. So if you want to see a movie, make sure that you finish all your pending work before you start a movie. That's how you can plan your day, so that it will be an equal balance of your personal life, your social life, and of course your student life also. So what the time management is really main thing is how you identify your work, how you prioritize your work, and how you organizing your work. Okay, so and see, all this what we tell is maybe looks very simple. It is more powerful when you put in action and put some discipline in your action plan. We all know that we are a very good dreamer, we very good at planning and other things. Where we really fail is in our action plan. So remember, girls and all the ladies or whoever present here, starting will be really difficult, middle is messy, but the end is a beautiful cakewalk. So put your effort and whatever the takeaway you take from this session into the action. Yes, Dr. Dhatri, you have certain points to add here.
Nothing, ma'am. Actually, I agree with everything that you both have said. I
Yes.
just wanted to say that, see, using phones and social media apps and all that is usually now for the college girls is usually for as a stress buster.
Yeah.
What I prefer for them to do is have a different hobby altogether rather than just studying and sitting in front of your books. If you have a passion of music or dance or painting or anything else, like any sport for that matter, that will help you to get distracted from your studies and also keep you away from the phone, internet, and things like that. So once you do that hobby and get back, your mind will also be fresh, and maybe your interest towards the studies will improve.
Yeah.
Thank you, panelists. In fact, I would like to add a point here that with the COVID pandemic for the last 2 years, and we always staying at home, I think this craze of getting addicted to the Chinese series, Korean series, the Turkish series, I think that is still continuing ahead now, even
Yes.
after the end of the COVID. And many of them are actually, addicted to the music world, K-pop, and all those things. So that,
Yes,
that is
I do
another
agree
kind of
on that. Yeah.
distraction.
Yeah, I know. That's what, this sudden rise, or if you say the graph, it was there, all these things before the COVID also. The pandemic has certain, he has put some distraction of Korean series, the movies and gadgets. But how long they have to understand by themselves that is as a time pass, stress buster, or some entertainment, but that is not life. If they, after 2-3 years, if we come and ask, or an interviewer asks what you have achieved, the answer should not be I was busy with this. The reason should not be more, the goal should speak. This, the student should aware of it.
Yes. Adding to this, see, whenever there is very high stress, addiction of some kind tends to be one of the behavioral outcomes. And what has happened during COVID times is, since people could not go out and do what they wanted to do, the easiest way of getting out of the stress was whatever gadget was in your hand. I've seen this with youngsters. Why youngsters? Even we, at my age also, when pandemic began, there was this tendency to go online and look at things more often. Then somewhere I had to put a full stop and said no. So, as Lata says, my advice to all of you young ones is, now the world is ready to pick up and come out. Even if we have challenges, you have to make yourself resilient. You have to learn new ways of coping with stress. It cannot be just gadgets. Because, as Lata said, after a few years, when people ask you, what are you? Who are you? What have you done? You can't tell people, I was busy with my digital gadgets.
Yeah.
You have to become something. You can take our help. We cannot talk about all that on a panel discussion like this. We can show you how to shift your minds, how you can become more constructive and proactive. That's what I would like to say.
Yeah. And one more, adding to Dr. Sundari ma'am, see, if you feel like if you don't attend your certain percentage of success rate, what you have thought, some people want to get first class, distinction, rank, or whatever it is. If you can't attend at this stage, the same guilt or the whatever you have, it will show in your midlife crisis. It is a continuous journey. So achieve what you really want to achieve in the proper age. Now you are a student life, achieve what you want to achieve, get a job or whatever you wanted to do it. Start progressively have some goals and try reaching your goals, rather than keep giving the reasoning. Start, instead of reasoning and blaming somebody, blaming the system, blaming this person, that person, start putting effort in your action plan. Definitely you will achieve your goal. And regarding the social media, have some delayed gratification. So even when you finish your college, when you attend, get a job in a corporate or in whichever sector you feel, you can also go to Miami Beach or an exotic location, have you can enjoy, but don't get into that Instagrams and Facebook one post and start comparing yourself. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, look at me, what am I doing sitting in front of the books.
Fear of missing out.
Yes, have some delayed gratification. Have a confidence in you. Yes, I also get educated, I also get into a good company, I also get some 4-digit 5-digit salary, I also be a superwoman like all other women, and
You
I
want to
also
see?
Okay,
Lata, here I would like to analyze it as a clinical psychologist.
yes,
Many of my young clients say, ma'am, I'm suffering from FOM. What is this FOM? I ask them. Fear of missing out.
Yeah, correct,
Many have
correct.
it. And because of that, they
Yes,
use
ma'am.
this
So
digitalization as a defense mechanism to protect their ego.
yes, so this
So if
is what I
somebody
do.
can talk to them on all this, I'm sure they'll realize they're using a defense mechanism.
Correct,
Overuse of it can result in mental health issues. So that they get out of it. That's all.
Yes. Yes. So
I never had fear of missing out, Papa. I'm 62 today. I'm happy with all that I did in my life. No FOM
yes,
for me.
yes, ma'am. So like I do understand, this generation, we need the tantrums, we need that paparazzis, and I really agree. Okay, we this generation, it has come out like that. But what really I tell is, don't compare yourself to some social media thing. Okay, the day, that's what you have, your self-awareness, have self-concept, have your dreams, and try following that dream. Definitely you will achieve. That's what I can suggest and empower you.
I would like to raise the next question.
Yeah.
There are students, in fact, even I have observed that they don't join for co-curricular activities that are being offered. Okay, fearing that they may lose track of their education. That also could be a distraction. But that kind of realization that it is a kind of an added value education, that thing is very less among the students. So what would you give a message for that?
If I could start off,
yes, ma'am.
Co-curricular activities is very, very important for all of us. Extracurricular and co-curricular. Holistic development cannot happen if you don't have that. You cannot be only into studies. It's like saying all work and no play makes Jack a dull bean. That's what will happen to all of us. See, Dr. Datri is a dancer.
Yeah.
I have been into flower arrangement, music, and so many other things. So we have to have all this. If students are not inclined towards it, I would blame them for selecting a pathway which is going to be boring, and then they will get into all kinds of sort of distractions. Please don't do that. You need a hobby. Find out what actualizes you. I'm using this word. What actualizes you? And take it as a hobby. I'm a psychologist, but what actualizes me is my plants. I love my little garden. When I see my little plants, I'm so happy. So do something like that, Baba. That's what I want to tell you. Sorry. Yeah.
Lata ma'am, do you want to add anything to
Yeah,
it?
see, having that is one type of stress buster, what I can really say, so not only with education, if the student get involved with any holistic development, they'll get a broad range of knowledge also. They can share their thought, they can visualize what happening in the world other than the education system, the socializing, the communication, then the thought process, the listening capacity, then the decision making, and even they can compare to themselves that am I in the right track, what's happening in the outside society, what's happening in the education, what's new thing has come out in the university also, those healthy talk also they can share apart from their education. And one thing what they can think is this is a one way of stress buster. They should have a hobby. And one thing other than hobby, everything becomes like a routine. When you really do at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes, what you really wanted to do. Say, for example, listening to music. For me, listening to music, that is my stress buster. 10 minutes, if I listen, it is rejuvenating for me, So least half of the day, I'll be more energetic. So if I don't do, I feel like I'm missing out something. Okay, it's not only music, dance, or whatever, painting, drawing, or rangoli, or whatever it is. So spend quality time for yourself, at least 20 to 30 minutes every day. It will boost your energy, and you will also have some content that I did something good for myself. So the other than education, you participating in the extracurricular activity is very, very important, and same as your cultivating a hobby is also very important.
Thank you, ma'am. This question is to Dr. Dhatri. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah, ma'am, there is a question that is general question among the students that how do they balance health and education?
Yeah.
They need time for that also. Yeah.
Health education will go in a smooth way only if they have a very good health, ma'am, physical and mental health. So both of them should go hand in hand, and health is part of themselves. They don't have to balance both of it. If you're having a good lifestyle in your home, your surroundings are good, your diet, you're physically active, then you have a physically fit body, a mental peaceful mind for you to study. Then if all this is in proper place, your education will go on the right track, and it will be great, take you to great heights. So yeah, definitely there will be a balance if the small component that we take into consideration should be in the right track. That's it.
Dr. Dhatri, what do you have to say regarding this eating disorders these kids have nowadays? My God, I don't like this sabji, I don't like fruits. Just such finicky eaters. What do you have to say about that?
It has become a big problem, ma'am, nowadays, because we have seen many girls who are really overweight and they don't bother, they just keep eating. And some girls are really anorexic and they're like, oh no, if I eat more, I'll put on weight. So there are both ends here. So, but both of them are very dangerous, and I would like to tell all the girls that please, if there are anything such things in mind, put it out of your mind. Have a good balanced diet. You take help from practitioners like psychologists or gynecologists, and let them know that you have such an issue. Because all these eating disorders will not only have an effect on your mind, leading to depression, anxiety, and things like that, but your overall physical health in the long run will also be impacted. You can have various disorders like ranging from musculoskeletal like osteoporosis to cardiovascular diseases to hypertension, diabetes. There's something called metabolic syndrome in obese girls who tend to keep having a lot of junk, increased calorie intake. There is a high tendency of them going into diabetes at a very much younger age than usual. So all this diabetes, hypertension, and hypertriglyceridemia constitute the metabolic syndrome. So there are various aspects that have to be looked into, and this eating disorder has to be tackled very soon.
Doctor, yes, eating disorder is an issue, but a quick question. What about fussy eaters? I find about 75% of the younger generation is fussy. They don't want to eat most of the things. Karela, oh my God. Everything they say no. What do you have to say about that? What's your advice?
I think that it should be brought up in the family and at home itself, because from their parents and from childhood. Because otherwise, getting them on to track after coming to certain age is very difficult, because they have tasted all other food items. So they'll usually start chucking things that are not really tasty, even though they're very healthy. So, but I think health benefits, it might get imprinted in their minds and then help them to come out of that fuss of eating things.
Ma'am, I just wanted to know another related to this particular topic itself. Recently, I think some 2 weeks back, we have heard about one of a Bangalorean radio jockey, Rachna. She had passed away because of heart attack. She was just 36. So what kind of stress has made an impact over here? Because nowadays we see that the younger generations are more often cases have been reported of heart attack. I'm afraid that it might move even to 2030s also.
Yes, yes. I just want to add one point about this. Yes, psychosomatic disorders are catching the young ones very fast.
Yes.
It is all because of stress. But to tackle stress, as Dr. Datri said, your diet, your exercise is an important factor. And as Lata said, time management is a big factor. And as I have been repeatedly saying, your mind can make you or mar you. Not that you have to commit suicide, but if your mind is all the time sending a message to your body vital parts saying stress, 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 ultimately this is what is going to happen. That's what I would like to say.
Okay, ma'am, just now you mentioned about the suicidal thought as such. I just want to have one tip from you. By chance, if such kind of thought moves into the mind, what should be the first thing to be done to just get out of it?
The first thing you must do is, I'm sorry, I thought the question was for me. I'm sorry,
No,
Lata.
no, carry on, ma'am. Carry on.
Can answer. Yes.
Carry on,
The
ma'am.
first thing that you should do is, one, recognize that your mind is having an issue with the thoughts, and two, seek the help of a professional. Suicides can be of three types. You may be just an ideator where you only get the thoughts. You may be an attempter where you want attention, so you're just, like that Sholay hero. Dharmendra goes up and shouts, I'm going to commit suicide, commit suicide. It is the third variety which is dangerous. They are committers. The example I gave you, that girl planned it so beautifully. Imagine suicide and treasure hunt. And then she just jumps off. So the moment you feel, because what happens is many times clients who are going through severe depression don't realize that they are having depression. So people around them, there are some red flags to watch. We can always hand over them to you. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be anyone. If you notice any of this, please seek the help of a specialist. Yes. A life lost is not going to come back again. Counseling is needed. Some medicines would be antidepressants would be required. Support is required. And then I'm sure we can help them to overcome the stress and come out of it. That's what I would like to say.
Ma'am, and one more thing ma'am, can I speak? Is that okay?
Yeah, please. I'm finished.
So we always look at these youngsters. It can be because of stress also, having a cardiovascular accident or heart attack as we call it. But we should also take into consideration that there are a lot of congenital abnormalities can be present. It can be genetically. Congenital, I mean from the birth itself. Yes. So even we will not be able to recognize it because they will not have any symptoms. Only when it is at the last nth moment that when they're going to have a heart attack or they have a severe stress will it all get manifested. So I feel we should always have family histories. If my
Yes.
father, parents or grandparents have medical comorbidities, it is worthwhile that we also get ourselves examined. And I mean, we have so many investigations to be done now. We can all get it done at a much younger age, so that if we can recognize our own comorbidities and maybe prevent many more accidents like these.
Yes, doctor. That is well
Yes, ma'am.
said.
Yeah, ma'am, adding to Dr. Sundari ma'am and Dr. Dhatri, um, if they're really undergoing certain type of confusions, then mental imbalance, if they're really feeling lonely, it's for those people, please find a help. Talk to your friend, talk to your mother, or talk to your counselor, your class teacher, your whomever you feel comfortable. Please talk to them. Then if you seek a help, you feel like you have somebody with you. Okay, don't hide all the negativity what you have within yourself. Okay, if you keep on depriving your thought within you, it will pile up in certain way, in such a way that the stress will increase, anxiety will increase. Really, you feel like losing a hope in your life. That's why the end will call it as a suicidal thought, and some people really commit suicide. Okay, start pluck out if this any thought comes at the initial stage itself. So as Dr. Sundari ma'am told, they really need somebody to help them. Please ask for the help. Okay, there is no taboo, like if you go and ask certain people that you will be considered whatever within quotes. Take out the taboo in your mind, ask for help, seek for help, talk to some person who you really feel is those people will really help you out. Okay, and other thing is failure and success is the two faces of the same coin. If you are successful, try to manage that success. If something goes bad, if you think that is a failure, having some coping mechanism is the best medicine, what I can say. Okay, if there is a way, if there is a will, there is a way. Okay, don't consider it is a failure. Consider the chapter is over, the new life is there, new chapter will begin. Okay, so don't take to an extreme level in either way. That's what I can tell them now.
Okay. Now, one quick message from all the three of you.
Yes,
for people who indulge in body shaming and for people who are being body shamed. Quick message.
My message, your body is yours.
Yes. Start
So why
loving.
should you shame it? And why should you care if others are shaming your body? It's your body. It's not somebody else's body. That's what I would say. My body is one. Yes.
Yeah. Do not sacrifice your future health for your current figure. Body shape is not going to be permanent. So you can still change it if you change your own lifestyle and lead a healthy life.
Correct. So what I really tell is, see, each body is different. Some people, their metabolism is different. So don't compare yourself to somebody. Enjoy your life, enjoy your enjoy your body. Be truthful to yourself. Okay, don't show off that. It's the show off should not be there. That's what I feel. Okay, whatever the comfort cloth, if you wear, you feel that you're looking good, well and fine. Okay, don't compare to yourself, especially those Bollywood, Hollywood, whatever would. Okay, it's all, how the filter works, isn't it? Okay, so start loving yourself mainly, and start loving your body. Okay, and understand your metabolism rather than you comparing and you blaming. Self-blame is not allowed. Okay, give yourself a positive affirmation. How the affirmation will be: I'm good, I'm looking good, I'm looking pretty, I'm doing good. Yes, you are doing good, you are achieving your goals. Give yourself a positive affirmation, having the inner happiness rather than the outside beauty. Okay, as Sadhguru tells, no, inner engineering is more important. So have the inner happiness is more important, what I say. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Moreover, think that beauty always lie on the, what is the
outside.
Yes.
Beholder's eyes.
Yes.
Beholder's
For
eyes.
me, whoever smiles and talk to me nicely, or feel very comfortable, I feel everybody are beautiful. If they really show attitude and do this, I don't like such people. Okay, start loving yourself, and world is very beautiful. Okay. Yes. Do not compare. Yes.
Yeah, sure. So this is one last question. I'll just put it in a general way. I just picked it up from the chat box right now. Like we do certain activities, ma'am. Imagine we do certain activities. After finishing that, if our body is tired, we can get over. There is no harm in relaxing a tired body. But what if it is mental tiredness?
Yeah.
How do we get over that? Because
you need to recognize your mind, man. It is not just body. As the other speakers are also been telling, if mind is healthy, your body will be healthy, and vice versa. So if your body is very tired, you do so many things for it. You go for a massage, you do what all you do. Why don't you recognize you have a mind which is the most powerful, what should I say, the USB for all of us. That's the brain. So meditate every day, give some time for yourself. You have to sort of unwind your mind every day. It can be journaling, it can be just taking notes. What did I do today? It can be being in the moment. It can be living in gratitude. How many of us are in gratitude, let me ask? They're all the time complaining. But have we realized, in fact, after joining the special school, where we have special children coming to us, every second we are all humbled. We tend to say, oh God, thank you for what you've given us. Those kids and their parents. Today also I had a Women's Day celebration with all those kids. Seriously, I tell you. We are all, what should I say, not grateful. We are thankless. We don't recognize our mind. Keep on grumbling and complaining. Then you'll never be happy. Make your mind happy, man. That's what I want to say.
Yes, and addition to that, ma'am, having a friend or a family member or a talk to teacher, counselor is very, very important. If they identify at the initial stage and talk to somebody, download their thought down, if they download their feeling, better will be the result. Unless if they wait till the end, it takes a longer time for them to, uplift. It's better if they have a good friend to share their thought. So having a good friend or a family member, if not a teacher or a counselor, is most welcome. They should go and talk to them. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll just end with the queries. And I would like to personally thank all three of you for having beautifully answered point to point and very clear and mapped. Thank you so much.
Privileged to be here on Women's Day, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yep. Thanks to MLAC. Thanks to Dr. Aruna for having given us this opportunity. My message today is every woman, young, old, whatever you are, and men also, please develop a lot of spiritual and emotional and mental health, because that is what makes you connect with yourself. Happy Women's Day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. The Gauri ma'am, please take over.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Hema. Thank you, all the panel members, Dr. Datri, Dr.
And Sundari.
Sorry, Dr. Sundari, Lata ma'am, and for an exclusive talks on these topics. So I'm very thankful for all of you to be present here. And I now invite Aruna ma'am for giving vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Gauri ma'am. So before that, we'll have a small formality of sharing the feedback. So that will be shared by Hema in the chat box. I request all the participants to please give your sincere feedback, which shall enable us to do the program in a more effective way.
Just one thought.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, actually there were a few questions that were asked by a few girls, I think in private, which I could not answer. So if there are any such queries which cannot be asked here, they can definitely contact me personally. I just wanted to make sure that they should not be feeling bad that I have not answered their questions. So you can please tell them to contact me personally.
Definitely. Yes. Sure, ma'am. Sure. We'll give your contact numbers. And that's really so nice of you to come voluntarily to address the issues of the students. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now I would like to propose vote of thanks. Yeah, the best and beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt by heart. Thank you is one such prayer among them. I consider it a great privilege to propose vote of thanks to all the dignitaries of this function. My words are not enough to express gratitude to panelists Dr. Sundari ma'am, Dr. Dhatri, and Ms. Lata Bhaskar for accepting our invitation for panel discussion, who immediately accepted our invitation to grace the occasion on behalf of WDC, principal, staff, students, management. I would like to profusely thank all of you for igniting young minds and helping them to rediscover themselves, which is the main purpose of this particular program. WDC immensely places its gratitude to architect of today's function, Jairat sir, the managing trustee M. Black, who provided every required support to conduct this program. He's always been extending his support and guiding the activities of the WDC from past few years. A special thanks to him for promising to strengthen the WDC activities in future. Dr. Shashikala, principal, has been always supportive, and I thank her for the trust she had in WDC to plan the activities and execute them for the same. I would like to thank all the dignitaries, again, staff members, students, and also other participants who have registered online and who have put their queries and concerns to be addressed by the panelists. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks in advance, and we have been fortunate enough to be backed by the team of students and who have been committed and dedicated, and we cannot thank everyone enough for the involvement they have shown and willingness they have expressed on the completion of the tasks beyond their comfort zones. So they're also guided by a dynamic team of the members of Women Development Center. A very special thanks to Professor Hemawati, member of Women Development Center and faculty of Biotechnology Department, for exquisitely and beautifully designing the brochure of today's event. So she showed one more, the side of her being one of the beautiful craftsmanship. And other members are Dr. Gauri Nilima. Thank you so much for hosting the program. Ms. Bhavya, Ms. Smita, Ms. Ranjita, Ms. Netravati, Ms. Saraswati, who are always enthusiastic and ready to bring the plans into action. So they are the backbones of Women Development Center. So once again, I thank for your gracious virtual presence. WDC looks forward to meet you all again for more programs. So please take care of yourselves always, all the participants, all women over there. You are the most amazing gift and to the nature and to the mankind. So thank you all again and bye. And Gauri, please take over. Request Gauri to take over, please.
Yeah. Thank you one and all for the very nice day and a very happy Women's Day to one and all. And hope we will meet again and again in the future for much more discussions like this for enlightenment of ours to enlighten the future India and future world.
True.
Have a very good day and good future.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
ma'am.
Happy
Thank you,
Women's
ma'am.
Day. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you.
Bye.
Thank you.
I request the participants to kindly just wait for a minute. The link will be shared, so you can just fill it up and then you can exit.
The link is already shared.
Yeah, link is already shared. Yeah, you can copy the link and you can just, yeah, you can do the needful, please. Thank you, Gauri, so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving the opportunity.
It's my pleasure. I think we can end the program now.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am. Thank you. Goodbye.